It is 12. We have 11 people on board, so I'm going to jump right into a quick introduction. My name is Travis Hise. I'm the president of James Publishing and James Attorney Marketing. Today, we're going to talk about conversions and lead tracking to some degree. This is a very hot topic, one that we commonly get many questions about from attorneys on tools, techniques, tips, and tricks on how to do a better job at handling the leads that they do have. There's many people who do this and many people who preach it and talk about it and coach it. But I think the one thing that we bring to the table that most are just the simple tips and tricks that really can make a difference that you can implement today, and things that are very cost effective, and tools that are free for you to use online that you can implement right away. This is a very informal hangout. A lot of times we do webinars and they are much more formal and they're more presentation prone. So today we're going to keep this more informal. We have some questions that were submitted to us earlier, so I'm going to address those. I do want to encourage you to fill out your questions on the right-hand side. The audience can submit questions and they'll appear to me and I will address them as we get to them. I'm going to be sharing my screen and showing you some tools that you can use as well. So hopefully you can find those online. And at the end of this, we'll be following up with all the viewers and everyone that was signed up with case studies and more information that you can utilize and read, and hopefully will help you educate yourself on how to do this process and make it a little easier for you. Conversion, again, we often get asked by many clients, how do I obtain more leads? And our digital marketing agency is designed to do that. It is designed specifically to generate more leads. But the number one challenge most firms have are actually handling the leads that they already have. It's not uncommon for attorneys to not call a client back immediately, to not write down their name, phone number, or email address, or to simply forget to do a follow-up call, which is, one of the 7 deadly sins. But we feel like we can help you today address some of those issues and hopefully put a few tools in place that are very practical and very easy for you to do that can help you with some of this. And in today's world of technology and systems and free software, or even some very low-cost software, we feel like that you can do that. And again, we're more than happy to help you with this, and we're happy to coach you through it, and or at least give you advice on ways to do that. So we're going to jump right into it. And we have some great questions, and I think that the questions will drive a lot of this presentation, and that's really the format that we're trying to obtain here. So an attorney from Indianapolis, Rich, asked me, what's the best way to keep track of his leads? He says he doesn't have a team in place to help follow up with the leads. It's only him. And I'm sure that many of you have the same question. He says he's sure his lack of organization is losing him clients. Well, I can guarantee you his lack of organization is losing him clients. That's for sure. The best way for Rich to keep, or any attorney to keep track of their leads, is to simply keep, the most basic way is keep an Excel worksheet. And we're going to share one of those with you, a lead tracking sheet, after this presentation. You have to at least obtain the basic information: their phone number, email address, and mailing address if possible. But more importantly, just the phone number and email address, so you can send a follow-up email and do a follow-up call. That is the number one most basic thing that you can do right away, is keep a spreadsheet of your client's information, whether it be prospect information, or future client or current client information. And by doing that, it will help you at least understand your lead totals, what callbacks you have made or haven't made, and further information that you want to add to that sheet that you feel is necessary. If you want to take it to the next step, there's some really great free software. And I pulled up a website today that was just very easy for me to find. And I'm going to share my screen with you real quick. And it has to do with basically the 10 best free CRM systems. And a CRM system is a customer relationship management system. There's too many free pieces of software that you can use, and I'll send you this link after the hangout, that you can integrate into your day-to-day practice that will allow you to enter in the customer's name, phone number, email address, set a callback, set a task that will actually poke you, send you an email address or an email message or a text, and allow you the opportunity to call that prospective client back. This is free software. There's no reason you should not be using this. This is relatively easy to use. It's very easy to obtain. It's all online, so it should be something you can integrate today. An Excel spreadsheet is more difficult to use than this software. So I would strongly encourage you to at least look at some of these free CRM systems and try to integrate this into your day-to-day practice. It is the #1 best thing that you could do. We have a CRM here at James Publishing. We use it religiously. It helps us keep track of our book clients and our digital marketing clients. And we strongly encourage you to do that. And we can send you information on these after the presentation, and I'm happy to actually help you set them up if that's the help that you need. Another question we had today was from Jacob, and it was related to, I don't always have time to answer the phone. He said he wishes he did. What are key customer service techniques he should train his staff on? Well, the #1 thing you can train your staff on, Jacob, would be just engaging the customer as soon as they call and addressing their need. It's very common that we will call a law firm on a sales call, and we could be a potential client, and an attorney never picks up. The staff never picks up. It goes directly to an automated machine, and the name of the firm isn't even used, and the prospective client's question is not addressed. That happens 6 out of 10 times I call a law firm. It is amazing how few people actually pick up their phone these days. So the #1 thing I would say, Jacob, is pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Ask the client why they're calling, make the client feel important, and then address their need. While you're doing that, you can obtain their information, their phone number, their email address, enter that into the CRM system with some basic information that you have obtained based on what the client's asking for, and then set a callback in the CRM system for you and or another attorney to follow up with that prospective client if they did not retain at that time. And that kind of ties that back into the whole CRM prospect that we believe in. And I know most people who do this believe in that as well. Another question, a great question. I know other attorneys are consistently sending their prospects educational materials to stay on top of mind. Does this really work? And how do we go about creating those materials? Yes, it absolutely works. And I love the order of these questions because it really kind of leads the way back into what I was talking about. When you obtain a prospective client's email address, by doing that, you're allowing yourself the opportunity to communicate with them, today, tomorrow, and in 2 years, and hopefully turn that prospective client into a future client and then a referring machine. Staying top of mind is something that, is part of what we offer here at James Attorney Marketing, and it's called our referral package, but it's really easy to set up through MailChimp or Constant Contact or similar tools such as that. And when you obtain the email address, you simply just add that prospective client's email to your list, and you can then mail them educational materials. We have a lot of that pre-written, and we do offer that to attorneys, but there's no reason why an attorney can't write educational materials, whether it be on criminal law or personal injury or tips for applying for disability, to stay top of mind. And keep in mind that you want a call of action in those outreach materials. You want to try to engage the prospective client into either, coming back to do business with you and or to refer you to another prospect. So the best way to do that, to address that question directly, is set up an account with MailChimp or Constant Contact, import your email list of past, future, and current clients, and then mail them on some sort of frequency basis, whether it be 2 weeks or every 4 weeks or every 6 weeks, an automated message that they can then either share and or read, or helps them educate them on what they're currently dealing with or have dealt with in the past. That is a great question, something we believe in. Staying top of mind is the #1 rule of advertising, and that's why people do it. Impressions are very meaningful. Next question comes from Sam from Tacoma, Washington. Is there a proven way to use Facebook or LinkedIn to convert more clients? This is a very common question we get, and I do not have a direct answer for this. There's not a proven way. I believe that Mitch Jackson does this very, very well. Mitch is probably one of the best attorneys at using social media as a tool to drive and convert leads. And for those of you who don't know Mitch, he's a personal injury attorney here in Southern California, and a great attorney and just a great person in general. But furthermore, Mitch shares a lot of information about his personal life, what he does, how he does it, his practice on his social media platforms, and it really engages people on multiple levels on what Mitch is about, what he believes in, his values, his professional integrity, and many other things. And it really draws people closer to him, and it creates a referring machine for him. So if I would say if there's one proven way to use Facebook, it is just to use it in a way that is consistent with how you do business and your values and how you run, your day-to-day life. If you can share that information on social media platforms, you will be successful. That's what they're there for, whether it be personal or professional, is to share your life socially, whether it be personal or professional. And I think that's the point that is far too often missed with social media platforms. People look at them as lead generation machines, and they're not. They're simply credibility builders and to help you spread the word about what you do and how you do it. Next question comes from Jason, a family law attorney in San Francisco. He says, my website consistently generates a decent number of leads for us each month, but many of them are poor. What are your tips for generating more qualified leads online? The tip for generating qualified leads online would be, further optimization, but more than that, content. Great content is the number one tool for any optimization or any lead development program, because getting people to your website that's great. But once you have them there, you have to engage them on a level that encourages them to, take the next step. And you have to address the needs of the prospective clients visiting your site. If your content doesn't do that, if it doesn't answer questions that prospective clients may have, you are not going to generate the quality of leads that you're looking for. It's most likely going to be spammy, people fishing for price and, just looking for more information. But if you can optimize for some of these longer tail key phrases, if you can address the client's needs on your website with great content, then your lead quality will improve. It is proven. Our founder, my partner, Jim Powell, writes some of the best content that I've ever seen from a marketing perspective or even a legal perspective. And we have really been able to drive, the quality and the type of leads from our websites that we look for. And it's done amazing things for us. So, there's a lot of attorneys who are great writers, and or you can hire great writers. Again, that's something that we have and we do, but it certainly does pay to generate high quality content. Content for keywords for ranking just isn't enough anymore. Google looks for high quality content, and so do your prospective clients. Next question comes from Paul. He says, what do you think the most important thing to do when you're trying to win a new client? The most important thing to do is be honest, be candid, address the client's needs immediately, and be personable. I think, too many attorneys that I've heard on the phone talk about themselves. They talk about how great they are, the cases that they've won, the wonderful things that they've done. They're a super lawyer. They're 10. They're able rated. The client doesn't care. The client wants to know how you're going to help them with their problem right now, and how quickly can you do it, and how comfortable can you make them feel throughout the process. That's all they care about. I mean, that is the number one thing most prospective clients look for, is comfort, an answer to their question, and confidence that you can handle what they have in front of them. And if you can, convey that to them, which certainly takes time and is an art, then you will win the majority of the clients. I hear from attorneys every single day when I talk to them, when I get someone on the phone, and 99% of the time I convert it. Well, I wish that were true. Then every attorney would certainly be, not be needing a service like ours, but it's not. I think far too many attorneys believe, look, the ones that convert, yeah, sure. But the ones that you talk to and you didn't address their need, you didn't make them feel comfortable with the service you're providing, and or make them understand that you could help them, it's very unlikely that that's going to convert, and I'm sure that those just kind of fall off the radar for the attorneys who feel like they convert 99% of the people that they talk to. Robin, a disability attorney from Fort Lauderdale, said, I need more leads, but I have very small marketing budget. What can I do to generate a steady stream of clients to my firm? Robin, this is a common question I'm sure every single attorney has that is on this webinar. The ability to generate leads with a small marketing budget. Referring is going to be your strongest. A good attorney should have a very strong referral base, and that should be the number one place that you should look to. I would say that the remarketing effort that we addressed with staying top of mind, and hopefully you've captured some of your past and current clients' email addresses. That would be the next most cost-effective way to generate new clients. And thirdly, start investing now in your website. Websites are not going away. They're only becoming more prominent. Web advertising is very important and something that we believe is going to be a strong foothold in the industry for probably another 10 to 20 years. So until you do those things, it's going to be very difficult for you to generate new leads. And unfortunately, it's becoming more competitive. There's more attorneys in the marketplace, and there's more services being offered. So there are ways to do it. Not every attorney has to invest thousands every month in what they're doing to generate leads, but it certainly does take time and some investment to do so. Tori from Birmingham, Michigan, asked most of my prospects are interviewing 2, 3, or even 4 attorneys before deciding on one. What are some ways that I can stand out or be more memorable? Call first. If you're the first person to call, it's very 80% more likely you're going to convert that client. If you're the first person who reaches out and you can do the things that we talked about in the second to last question about being memorable, about addressing their need, about addressing their concern and making them feel comfortable, it is very likely you're going to convert that client. And then put those tools in place that we've also talked about. Send them a follow-up email. Add them to your CRM. Send them touches every 1, 2, 3, or 4 days to stay top of mind. Then follow up with a call, immediately, the day after. If you haven't heard back from the client, do not wait on them to call you back. You have to call them back. If you do not call them back, whoever does is going to win that client, because it's going to look like they're hungry for their business and they really want to work for them. That's all any of us want, is someone to make us believe that you want to work for them, that you want to earn their business and earn their trust. If you can do that, it's very likely you're going to win that client. I can't believe how many attorneys I talk to every single day who tell me, Travis, if they don't call me back, then clearly they're not going to hire me. That can be further from the truth. I think most of these people are just shopping, and/or they want to make sure that what you told them is consistent with what they're hearing from other people, and people just simply fail to contact the client back, and they lose that prospective client. And it really is unfortunate, because I would say you could increase your conversion by 20 to 25% by simply doing basic callbacks. And if you can do that, it will drive a tremendous amount of business your way. And if we would certainly love to have someone prove us wrong on that, but it works. It works every time, and it has for many, many years. Nina, a disability attorney from Baltimore, asks, I don't have the means to send regular follow-up emails. What's the best way to do this? I'm not very savvy. Nina, you don't have to be. If you can use Outlook, you can use MailChimp, or you can use Constant Contact. It's pre-write the emails one time, add the emails to your database, and you can automate those messages to go out anytime you want to. It's very easy to do. And if you can't do it, Nina, pay someone a few $100s to do it. It's well worth your time. It's well worth the investment. Have them train you on how to do it. And then, you'll be on your own, and you should be able to manage it. It's well worth the investment. Nathaniel asks, do you offer ghostwriting? I'm interested in a brochure or book I can hand out to my clients. Daniel, I don't want this to turn into a sales call. So yeah, we do. But if you get a chance to give me a call after this, or shoot me an email, I'd be happy to help you out. Jeff from Orange County asked, should I really send my past clients and potential clients cards, flowers, and or gifts, or are these things just fluff and a waste of my time and my money? There's different schools of thought on this. I believe that if done in a meaningful way, that's not tacky, it's very powerful. If you are sending, I get a birthday card from attorneys that I work with, and it means a lot to me. I stick them on the refrigerator, and I refer all my friends to those attorneys. They stick a $5 Baskin Robbins gift card in there, and it's something I look forward to every single year. And it was a simple case that they did for me, but I've sent him 7 clients. So I'm sure that the $35 investment that he has in the Baskin Robbins and the cards is well worth the 5 to 7 clients I've sent him. So it does work. It certainly does work. You don't have to go overboard with it. There are ways to automate it. I know Richard James uses send out cards, and he's an advocate for them. They are a great service and very cost effective. There's firms like us who offer that service as well, and there's many people who do. Again, but it comes back to that direct issue. You have to obtain your clients' and prospective clients' email addresses and phone numbers and mailing addresses in order to do this. And you have to keep track of them in a manner that is consistent, throughout the entire process. If you're not using a system and your firm is not using a system, i.e. your front desk or your intake staff, and you're not using the same system, you are missing more than likely 18 to 25% of your clients that you could turn every single month. It's just people slip through the cracks. Calls get missed. Callbacks get missed. Emails that should be followed up on are not followed up on. Tasks that you were supposed to follow up on and or calls don't happen because you were in court and you weren't in front of your computer. These systems are designed to manage that for you. They're designed to set callbacks for you, and they're free, and or they're $12 a month. I mean, I couldn't think of a better investment than investing $12 to $20 a month in a CRM system that will guarantee that you convert at least 1 to 2 more clients a month just by simply making a callback and or following up on an email. It is very simple to do. We are advocates of cost-effective ways to do what we are trying to tell you to do. And there are ways to do it that will not break the bank. There are ways to do it that will not consume all of your time. But the number one issue most firms have, or they don't have a plan. That's something that we would love to help you with, is just develop the plan. We don't sell software, we don't do anything, but we can help you develop the plan, develop a strategy that will help you implement all of these pieces and at least give you a roadmap to be more successful with this one aspect. Again, it doesn't take $2,500 a month in coaching fees to do this. It doesn't. It doesn't take investing $200,000 in Salesforce. It doesn't. There's way too much technology on the market right now that is free that will do everything you need it to do, and we can help you with that. And I believe strongly that it's this one topic is way overblown by most people who try to coach it and try and preach about this, to a point that it becomes overwhelming for the attorney. They have no idea what to do or how to do it. And it's like, geez, that's so much, I can't even begin and know where to start. And that's the problem. And we try to break it down, try to simplify it for you into some very basic steps. Let's do these few things right first, and then let's look for incremental improvement, because you're practicing law, and that's your primary purpose. And I believe strongly we can help you put some tools in place that will, A, not cost you an arm and a leg, and B, will help you convert more prospects into clients. We would love to hear from you. If you have questions, again, type them in. I don't see any questions popping up on my board right now. But if you do have questions, we would love to hear from you. I believe that, we've gone through, quite a few questions. And I think, just to recap the Hangout, the number one, aspect that we really would love for you, or number one thing we'd love for you to take away from this, is engage in a CRM system, a customer relationship management system today, if you don't have one. set up autoresponder emails through Constant Contact or MailChimp, and you can do that today. Start capturing your clients' or prospective clients' information today if you're not doing that. And then develop a plan as to what you're going to do with that information moving forward, because that's where everyone falls short. You can have the best software in the world. You can have, all of these tools in place, but if you do not have a strategy and a complete cycle or sales funnel in place that's followed by everyone in your office, you are losing clients, which means you're losing money. And the money that you're losing is negating the money that you'd be investing. So it certainly makes sense to invest in this process now and get it right so that you can make your money up on the back end. We really appreciate your time. These Hangouts are really fun for us. They're really informal, which we enjoy. We love to get questions from clients. If you have questions or you just want more information, feel free to give me a call. My direct phone number is 714-918-1848. Again, it's 714-918-1848. I'm happy to help you through a lot of this. We don't charge you for giving you advice. It's something that I enjoy doing and really have done inside law firms for nearly 8 or 9 years now. So I think we know what we're doing. At least we act like we do. But we have appreciated your time. We're going to send out a follow-up email with all of these tools and some more marketing information and some case studies that from James Toolbox and our new website, Entrepreneurial Attorneys, that we would love to share with you, and hopefully you can glean some of that information and use it and start using it today. Thanks again. We will, I'm sorry, I got a question. It says, what's the Association of Entrepreneurial Attorneys? Good question. The Association for Entrepreneurial Attorneys is an association, I'm going to share my screen again one more time, that we recently started for attorneys who are looking for information very similar to this. And this simply is a website where you can go obtain some free information about marketing and how to run your firm. And really right now it's mainly driven around marketing and social media. And there is some of the best case studies that I have ever seen on this website that really address questions that you're going to have. And it's what attorneys are doing now. We are trying to build this association simply to address the needs and be consistent with what is working today. Too many of the mastermind groups are dated. They are addressing issues that are no longer valid, and really they do not address the need of the younger, more entrepreneurial attorneys that moving forward today are going to encounter in the next couple of years. We feel like that this association can do that. We enjoy educating people. This is what this is all about. We have some wonderful people on our board, from Richard James to Jerry Oginski to Mitch Jackson, and who are all providing information. But it's a great tool for you to access. It's free. Sign up for the newsletter, and we would be happy to be in touch and hopefully be able to provide you with some valuable information. Again, a lot of great information. Our team will follow up with more information after this with the tips and some of the information that we shared today. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you have a great weekend and a happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully we'll see you at the week after that. Thanks again. Enjoy your time.